Hey, welcome to another edition of Seattle Mariners Organizational Report. Here on episode 13, April 23rd, 2022, with Coach Mike Jones, the coach of the most, coming at you from coast to coast, live here in Puyallup, Washington. Okay, Seattle's still hosting the Kansas City Royals at Tmoble Park today for the second game of the series. That we won the first game last night in a really exciting game. The youth came alive in the bottom of the fourth yesterday with J-Rod with a 2-run double in the fourth, and then on the next pitch, Jared Kelnick hits a 2-run triple. So we're up 4-0 in the bottom of the fourth, and we cruised to win that game 4-1 with Chris Flexen on the mound. Okay, let's get to the report. Modesto, they're hosting the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes, who are 7-6, and Modesto's 5-8 now. The Quakes won that game 11-8, and the Quakes had 11 runs, 11 hits, and 4 errors. And Modesto, who's 5-8, had 8 runs, 8 hits, and 2 errors. The winning pitcher for the Quakes was Burka. He's 1-0, and the losing pitcher for the Nuts was Garabitos, is 1-1. The starting pitchers for today's game in California there in Modesto are both to be determined. Okay, the top offensive performances yesterday in Modesto was Robert Perez was 2 for 3 with a run, a RBI, and 2 walks. And Joaquin Cabrera was 2 for 5 with a run and a stolen base. And for pitching for the Nuts was Kevin Nunez with 3 innings pitched, only gave up a hit, no runs, and 3 strikeouts. And his ERA is down to 1.29 right now, so that's looking good. And then Tyler Driver still hasn't gave up a run this year. He had 1.2 innings, gave up no hits, no runs, and had a strikeout. So he's looking solid also so far. Okay, on to Everett. Everett's hosting the Tri-Cities Dust Devils at Funko Field again today. Tri-Cities is now 7-5, and we won that game last night in Everett. Everett won 4-3. The Dust Devils had 3 runs, 3 hits, and no errors. And Everett's now 4-8. They had 4 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. The winning pitcher for the Aquasox was the big right-hander Leon Hunter. He's 2-0 with a 135. And Burns lost that game for the Dust Devils. He's now 0-1. Okay, top offensive performers in Everett last night was Novelle Marte was 1 for 4 with a double. And then Charlie Welch is still doing pretty good here. He's 2 for 3 with a run, RBI, a walk, and his first home run last night. And then Darrell Gomez was 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Top pitching performances was Bryce Miller with a solid start. 6 innings pitched, only gave up 1 hit, no runs, and 5 strikeouts. Leon Hunter was 2 innings pitched, no hits, no runs, and 2 strikeouts for the win. Okay, on to Arkansas. Arkansas is now 8-5. We beat the Corpus Christi Hooks down there in Texas, who are now 4-9. The Travelers had 3 runs, 11 hits, and no errors. The Hooks with 2 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. Winning pitcher for the Travelers was Kolick, is 1-0. The loser for the Hooks was Brown, who's 0-2. Streifler got his 4th save. And today in Texas there in Corpus Christi, Arkansas has Tyler Dollard on the mound. He's 0-1. And the Hooks are countering with Deason, who's 0-1 also. Top offensive performers last night in Corpus Christi was Jake Shiner was 2 for 5 with an RBI. And Joe Rizzo was 2 for 4. Cade Marlowe was 2 for 4 with a run and a walk. And top pitching performances for the Travelers was Kolick with 5 innings pitched to start that game. Gave up 4 hits, 1 run, and 8 strikeouts. Also, Shipley with 2 innings pitched, gave up no hits, no runs, 2 strikeouts in his second hold. Streifler had 1 inning at the bottom of the 9th there with no hits, no runs, and he struck out the side for his 4th save of the year. Okay, on to the Tacoma Rainiers. Tacoma Rainiers are hosting the 6-10 Sugarland Space Cowboys. They're from Texas. And the Rainiers are 5-11 now. And last night in Cheneystadium, the Space Cowboys won that game 8-7. The Rainiers were ahead 5-0 and ended up losing that game, so that was a heartbreaker. Okay, the Space Cowboys last night in Cheneystadium had 8 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. The Rainiers had 7 runs, 11 hits, and 2 errors. Morgan was the winner for the Space Cowboys. He's now 1-1. Kyle Bird was the loser for the Rainiers. He's 1-1. And Pardes got his first save for the Space Cowboys. Today in Cheneystadium, the Rainiers pitcher is to be determined. And the Space Cowboys are going with Solomon, who's 0-1 with the .329. Last night's top performers in Cheneystadium for the Rainiers was Zach Green, the 3rd rounder. He went 2 for 5 with 2 runs, 4 RBIs, and 2 home runs. Also notable, Joe Souza ended up playing first base yesterday. He pitched in with a walk and a run. It's nice to see that he's more well-rounded than just playing outfield in case we need a first baseman this year, because I'm hoping to see him on the Mariners to get a shot. Also, other notable offensive performances for the Rainiers was Tinglestad was 2 for 4 with the RBI and a walk. And Marcus Wilson had a good night. He was 2 for 5 with the RBI and a double and a stolen base. Top pitching performances for the Rainiers was Nick Ramirez with 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, no runs, and had a strikeout. Okay, on to the Mariners. Mariners tonight in Tmoble Park, it's Edgar Martinez Replica statue night. So that's exciting. And then tomorrow is Mitch Haniger hat night. So good promotions this weekend. Hope you guys can make it out there. But last night, we beat the Kansas City Royals 4-1. Kansas City had 1 run, 8 hits, and 2 errors. The Mariners had 4 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. The winning pitcher was Flexen. He's 1-2 with the .363 now. Loser for the Royals was Keller. He's 0-2. And Munoz got his first ever save as a Mariner last night. Tonight's starting pitchers in the second game of the series is Matt Brash is 1-1. And then in this homestand, we've outscored our opponents 38-20. So that's really looking good and positive. And our starting pitchers in the last 3 games have really shined. 3 games, 18 innings. They've struck out 15 and only walked 1 in the last 3 games. And also, Chris Flexen is 2-0 against the Royals all time. So that's nice that he bounced back last night, had a solid performance. And the top stars from last night's game were Suarez was 3 for 4 with a run. He had 3 singles. Those were all clutch too. And then Crawford was 2 for 3 with a run and a walk. And then Rodriguez was 2 for 4 with a run and 2 RBIs in that clutch double. And Kelnick was 1 for 4 with 2 RBI triple. And we also had 3 double plays to help Flexen with that win last night. Flexen was 7 innings pitched, gave up 6 hits, only 1 run, no walks, and 5 strikeouts. And Munoz, 1 inning pitched, gave up 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. So hey, we hope we can win this game tonight so we can win the series. We've won 2 series in a row, and we've been consistent winning the opening games of the series to help us ease to the win on winning these series, because that's the key to making the playoffs. So hey, hope you guys can make it out there, and go Mariners!